that grand final series when it came to Challenger Valencia, and we all know how that went down. 16-14, very consistent on the T side and on that City side basis to lift the trophy.
So history definitely to apply here for the Movistar side, and again, they want to carry that momentum from Valencia straight into Cologne, straight up into the ramp control as well, as the pistol seems to be pretty speedy initially, but they do hold the line and back up for a moment.
Check out this backstab, though. You've got both Magisk and ZywOo coming down. Now, they are watching it for a moment, but this is so much map control being taken away.
In, backstabs to home. Mopos sees what's going on and will call that into his teammates. They will put their heads on a swivel, but 2 casualties taken. Movistar Riders down on a 3-on-5 already.
Just get out of there so quickly. Work with that information. See the bomb. Eventually, Magisk will fall. So ZywOo's thinking about that over-rotate back towards the B side and whether the pace continues down. Instead for Movistar Riders, they keep it silent.
Slow the pace down. Tried to sort of fake them out there with the quick play up towards the ramp position, indicating they were going to try and go quick, but opted again just to stall things. Similar story out here ahead of the bridge. 4-on-3, Vitality have lost at least 1 pick back from Magisk's part. 46 seconds to the clock for the full-on commit here.
All a matter of timing. If they can over-rotate Apex and Desk can find a slight avenue of approach down towards a mid-take. Some util being used up towards A. That's going to pull the distraction for a moment.
Death's leaning in towards that scaff position with the heart of the flank towards the A site if necessary. They've run the timer so low, and in the end, ZywOo gets his 2nd pick of the round. Death's down. Davy now to lead the charge in with SunPayus right behind him. Bomb plant can be secured against the first man, who taps it once in the open, trying to force Apex out into the open, gets his kill back. Is going to get overwhelmed in SunPayus. Similar story. Pistol gained by Vitality.
We saw that for the Vitality side, they had a very strong City side against the likes of ZywOo a little bit earlier on today in that best of 1. 16-9 result on Overpass. They had a 14-1 T side, or City side, I should say. Now, while their T side maybe didn't have all of the backing to be able to close it out instantly, and it is a different map, we have seen how strong their protocols can be off one another.
Those strengths are going to compound towards this matchup, as you might expect. Vitality's experience comes to fact, them all the same. Dupree, what an adjustment that was, and that's the talent level that you expect out of these guys. Alex damn near caught him, though. He wasn't quite ready for it, but the adjustment so crispy and clean.
Just knowing that support has come through almost immediately. The MP9 is down on 40 points of health, so a slight risk of anything further aggressive towards that danger position. Apex on the backstab only gets away with 1. That's a quick trade in for the Glock.
SunPayus on less than 40 HP. At least has an SMG to work with. Doesn't mean much here for the Movistar Riders. Not a lot of Kevlar and utility. Try lean in towards the bomb site. Get towards B if possible. Through. Sees the head though. Burst through. Does get caught by SunPayus. It was a little bit risky, but Magisk is so quick to trade. The Danish duo set in towards the B side, doing all that they can, but now they're taking damage. Now Movistar Riders are starting to hold a bit of fight here with this SMG. However, Death gets bursted down by misutaaa, so it's all left to Mopos in a 1v3.
This has so far been an excellent eco out for Movistar Riders. If they can force an over-rotation, try and hear some of those footsteps, Mopos might be able to get away with 1 and that bomb plant, but knowing that there's still 2 players to defend out from B, and misutaaa is the one that's actually taking the engagement on the high HP, distraction's going to be important, and for a moment there, you thought he might be able to catch off 1 more. Not to be too hostile from Vitality, but for Movistar Riders, considering there wasn't a force buy, they could be happy with the level of damage in that round.
Got a couple SMG frags in there as well for no investment on the SMG, so they can also walk away looking pretty peachy with themselves. Then they got some bonus cash. Force the issue back on Vitality, and of course the CT economy in the early game is so weak that any damage is good damage. You can see how that compounds him, and no money for misutaaa, no money for Magisk. M4s across 4, the FAMAR still set in for ZywOo because it's not worth it to upgrade just yet. Wait for the AWP potential maybe in the next round if you can follow suit here for Vitality. You've got to face the guns of the Movistar Riders, though. AKs across the board, AWP for SunPayus.
Saw a lot of impact from Mopos in that opening best of 1 up against MIBR, trying to see if he can bring that here on Vertigo. The aggressive approach down for the bottom of ramp gets 1 out by Apex. Not even a return with the frag.
No response at all. Some little presence down there towards the bottom of ramp, so when the first kill came in, SunPayus has no vision with the AWP to even find a trade. He backs off towards the bridge position and will just wait. Hold for contact, hold for passive. Mopos try and boost Alex up to look up and over into the bomb site. Can't quite see Dupree, though. Doesn't look like he will.
Oh, those bullets getting ever so closer to that spam. Alex is taking a lot of map control away, but it's what he does with it after the fact. There's not a crazy amount of util to follow. Needs to get assistance with a distraction, force one of those players out in the open, and now Magiska's just caught him.
5 on 3 for Vitality. Movistar Riders whittled down piece by piece, and picks coming in without money trades. Not much trade potential either. Damage on Magisk and Apex could, in theory, provide some trade potential, but it's a case of finding them. And right now, Movistar Riders falling back in spawn.
We saw that for Vitality, they played Vertigo in the opening best of one of IEM Dallas and was able to get away with a 16-12 victory, having a very proficient 9 rounds on T-side start, so it's a little bit different this time around. Try and see if they can introduce a little bit more success. Movistar Riders in the opening rifle round won't be too happy about that one. And for Vitality, just trying to see if they could put some late pressure down at the bottom of ramp, but it doesn't seem like they're going to catch anyone.
Yeah, keep the guns in. The save was so telegraphed from the moment they decided upon it. Vitality, all that economical damage they just suffered is going to be completely negated and returned now with 5 players staying alive. Economy can begin to build. Yes, they will be buying down to get the bonus utility in across several players, a $1,500 investment. But that'll be fine here. Especially as they'll have confidence against the Galil and a Tech 9 and the buy potential here for Movistar Riders.
Vitality putting some early util towards the B stairs, indicating that there is some aggressive approaches. ZywOo trying to get out of that nade placement. Overall for Movistar Riders, haven't seen much pace in them on the T side, Jay. It's been very much on the back foot.
Careful T. Placed into the CT side. Initially pressing down those stairs, hoping for contact and T-side players to be held in the corner, but not to be at the moment. Mopos leaning against them. Swing for Dupree, he's spotted. Molotov sent back as well to deny Mopos at the angle.
Nice jiggle to at least gather the information. You could see that incendiary trying to be pushed down, making it further difficult for Movistar Riders to gain any of that map control. Even ZywOo just jump spotting out towards a ramp sandbags. We'll have to be careful if the AWP tries to get into an aggressive position, though.
It's ringing out for the T side for now. SunPayus might Alex an opportunity to try and make his way in. Mopos also creeping around the stairs angle. Still no true kill or real contact from either side. Very minimal damage being done. Movistar Riders playing an extremely passive game, and that might work to their favor. Dupree gives up the ghost.
That flash doesn't really hit Mopos. It says it into the kill feed, but you could see that he wasn't that white. Even Magisk just trying to see if it could hold down from default. Rotate from Apex is on the way.
Smokes in, Magisk forced out into the open. He's burning though. Had no inkling to all the flashes that continue to pour in from Movistar Riders. Apex fall away, 17 seconds, but the bomb's committing to A. They pulled the entire rotate in the last second. They'll go towards the opposite bomb site. So this should be a plant for free and a retake that might not be on the cards.
Could just be a save. Look for some exit frags. That's a very good mid-round call coming through from the Spaniards. Just over-rotating Vitality completely with those picks from Defs and Mopos.
And Orb catching ZywOo, removes the FAMAS next. Misutaaa and Apex have to save here. They might not get a chance to as Mopos will swing around, but there's a free AK now for Misutaaa, so a little bit of a bonus weapon. A little bit extra firepower to work for the CT side. It's a case of him and Apex to stay alive. Concede that first round to Movistar.
And you wonder if Vitality are going to continue making those aggressive approaches towards the B stairs, because that's really what gave Movistar Riders the advantage. Dupree getting aggressed up with a flash towards the top of Banger, and without that flash really landing properly, it meant that the capitalization from Mopos was instant. Even Defs coming through to the mix, selling that B fake, forcing the molly right into that default position and just allowing Magisk to fall in the open. First round being gained by the T side. They'll be happy about that. It's now about following up, getting a bit of a streak going.
Vitality instantly on the rebuy here. Surprised that ZywOo hasn't bought the AWP. He had the perfect chance to do so. M4 in his hand, but opting not to invest into it. Dupree with the kill on SunPayus. Stopped Mopos again with the quick trade back on that early CT aggression. ZywOo has the util to try and counteract for Davy G's position. At least that's one benefit of not taking the AWP. The 4-on-4 is gained, and right now it's to the benefit of Vitality, with Mopos being on 10 points of health and all.
Even that HE placement in the re-smoke means that there's a cancellation out to the B stairs. 3 players towards the top of ramp as of right now for the CTs. ZywOo in a little bit of an off angle towards the top of 51.
Incendiary sent down. Davy actually pries towards it. The body block does extinguish the flames and the smoke as before the smoke fades. Opposite AWP looks up towards that top of ramp position, flashes forward, swing from both CTs, but both players are just as blind as each other. Nades evading. And time is starting to tick away on the T side.
Starting to hear those footsteps move away. You wonder whether misutaaa's going to continue to aggress further forward. Alex has realized that there's no further presence aggressively out to the B stairs, so just start a regroup. Magisk is holding mid all by himself. No one on B directly right now.
Start to reposition himself here. Smoke's coming down, about to be received on the site. The Molotov sent back to Major's entire position. Movistar Riders got the great read on where he likes to play, and they're just accounting for it every single time. Flash is sent over. One from Deaths could allow the blindness against Major's position indeed. Tapped up, forced away. Bomb plant should be secure, but Mopos has fallen back towards the stairs. The backstep from misutaaa could find so much here, but he's overwhelmed by Davy G in a 3-on-3. Apex is still below the stairs itself, though. Could find the flank angle. Looking for Deaths, looking for the backstab, looking for the forward play. Has absolutely no idea that a man just walked right past him. Davy's making noise, and now he's dead. Deaths with a quick trade. Now he's the lone player left standing for the T side line. AK behind Banger. Majors can die. ZywOo don't know about it. And that bomb, where is it planted for? I think it was actually behind the double stack. Tapped once, noise made. I think they've seen him now. Yep. Bursting through, defuse to be held as ZywOo tries to hold him off. And they can just hold the whole defuse itself. Again, harder cover for the man. It's forward to the board of the CT side.
And while that seemed to be a very good counter-rotation in towards the B side, and the util usage, of course, to force Dupree further and further back, you saw Magisk in a bit of an awkward position, realizes, oh, how do I play around the generators? I'll play quite pacey and quite more defensive. But it was really the backstab play. The fact that misutaaa comes up from the stairs, gets away with one, and then it's a lack of information, isn't it? Apex just getting into that corner position, being unchecked for the moment, and that's when the strike really came through.
Movistar get the bomb plant bonus, so the money can flow through for another decent gun buy here. Vitality, however, they have been in control of the CT half thus far. Incendiary sent down. The smokes were at the ready for ZywOo initially. Apex leaning in with his sprays, and damage is done to Alex to start things. Some nades into Davy G, continuing to chip away at the HP bars. The AWP, however, chips away at the man advantage. Gets one, not two. Mopos responds. Apex with a re-swing, sees where Davy is, and the trades from SunPayus are good to a 3-on-3. Not to the 3-on-2, though. misutaaa chimes back.
Excellent training game there for Vitality. Allow misutaaa to get aggressive to hold it back, and now has to think about playing it passive, play the man advantage. Movistar Riders have given so much info away towards A.
Oh, and there's misutaaa swinging in against the bomb carrier, catches Death in the jump face, gets a 3K, recovers the AWP, brings in 5 for the CT side.
Just working off one another really well there from Vitality. It came down to the starts of putting a lot of pressure towards the top of ramp. And for Movistar Riders, do you know what I'm ready for, Jay? Pace. That acceleration round. That one opportunity where they can really turn the tempo just to see what is gained, because it has been awfully slow so far in this T side.
Yeah, very slow-paced matchup. Team is playing defaults, looking for picks. Careful and hold. Tech pause before we continue any further on. So even more slow pacing from Movistar Riders. Mic problems apparently on their side, so get that fixed up, because it might be important to be able to speak to your teammates, especially given how things have come together in that sense. Again, all about the defaults for this squad.
We saw that for Vitality in Cologne last year. They had a 16-6 overpass victory in the upper bracket, and then the 2-1 victory over Spirit to get them out. Try and see if they can get a swift exit through the plains into the group stage again. And just knowing that even at the Blast Premier Spring Final, we saw ZywOo at top form, and I think that's what a lot of people have been waiting for. ZywOo's dip in form as of late, wanting to get resurgence, know what he's capable of these last couple of years. 13 maps, averaged a 1.27 rating on LAN, and that obviously got them right to the grand finals where they fell to RV. Try and see if they can get a similar run here in Cologne.
Just that notion as well that Vitality haven't been doing as well as people hoped they would be, and ZywOo not having the same sort of MVP-style performances that we know him for. There's a bit of a pan to how things have worked out there for the Vitality side. Definitely one element you do not want to go missing in a matchup. So far, so decent for ZywOo at the moment. Not quite top fragger. That honor goes to misutaaa, but only 3 kills separate the two squads. And they are up by 4 rounds as well.
Just knowing that they got invited through the road to Cologne EU standings, ranked 8th in the points. Maybe you would have thought they would have been slightly higher, knowing some of the successes in the past. But of course, that's what it is in the current day. As for Movistar Riders in through their ESL World Rankings. And between the two, I mean, Movistar Riders are 14th in the world. Vitality is only 8. When we do look at the rankings, between the two, it's fairly close.
That is true. Although technically Vitality have the higher seed in this one because of the nature of the Road to Cologne Pro Tour points. Actually, the second highest of all the European teams that are in the play-ins.
Just missed the cut, didn't they?
Well, it was actually Heroic, are actually the team that just missed the cut. The only team that ranks ahead of Vitality when it comes to the Road to Cologne table.
Yep.
And they're both here in the play-ins anyway, so it's all about just getting those victories and again focusing on the group stage, like I mentioned earlier, Dwight. So right now, the focus is definitely on for them. Again, they have looked pretty decent in this early portion of the matchup. Movistar Riders down to Deco here.
Can't imagine a massive amount in this sort of round. A lot of players going out towards the bottom of ramp position. Nade stacked to alley, perhaps.
And it doesn't catch a lot of damage. I honestly thought that was going to connect there. It might have went towards 51 rather than actually bouncing back and hitting the player that's in alley. Bit of a lucky break there for Apex, I guess. Won't be complaining too much about it. Keeping his eyes set towards the B site, aggressing forward into the stairs this time, seeing no resistance at all. Movistar Riders, all 5 players out to the ramp default.
Just thinking about a pop tactic. As soon as that smoke starts to clear, that's the explosion. That's the opportunity. Fairly passive towards the top of ramp, actually.
Apex gets a kill through the smoke as they try and start to aggress forward, so already not a very encouraging sign for the pistol basis. Molotovs sent down as the tease. Smokes at the ready. We'll try siphon things off. Boost up as well for the M4s to look over into the ramp defaults and try and hunt for the players. It should get driven away by the utility. At least that's what you think. But no, Apex and ZywOo stick around. Get those picks in. Hold the 5-on-2. Make it 1.
Not really too much damage being done into this round at all. SunPayus the last one left. They're going to overextend towards the top of ramp. 6-1 scoreline as of right now for Vitality. And for Movistar Riders, the concern that I have is Alex as of right now. When I think back to that opening best of 1 against MIBR, put up 19 frags and 17 deaths, and the second highest in the entire team. He's 0-6 in their map pick, not having the best of starts on T side.
Yeah, I was thinking about becoming the guy to say it first, but you brought it up at the right moment. 0-6, no frags, and no matter what kind of role you're in, having no kills on the board, 7 rounds deep. Not very encouraging for Movistar as a team, let alone yourself individually. Got an AK back in with the gun buy, and you can forgive his lack of frags in the previous round. This is one where he will need to step up, as will the rest of the Movistar side.
And just knowing for Alex in ESL Challenger Valencia, he had 7 maps, positive 44 KD difference, averaged a 1.35 rating, the highest out of any player on his team.
Quick swings in, nades out, Deaths finds Major Skin, kicks things off on the right foot, follow suit from Dupree, trays back to the 4-on-4. ZywOo's AWP leans in. Gap in the smoke to try and exploit. Doesn't see where the T-side players are inbound from. Davy G now going to get spotted. A slight gap there for ZywOo to work with, but he doesn't quite land a shot. So it maintains at the 4v4. Now with a health advantage to Movistar.
Slightly more pacey in that round. Vitality pressing the issue towards the mid control, and that's where the 1-for-1 comes in. Dupree getting one out towards the B stairs, and of course the frag being presented from Defs in mid. And now Vitality take the approach of actually going slightly more aggressive towards the B stairs, trying to slow them down on the ramp take too.
Smoke set in on that ramp position, well placed there for Apex. Nades at the ready. I don't think anyone's going to receive the damage for it. SunPayus, but his AWP pick lands 2 players in connector. And that's an advantage game. Movistar Riders extended by 2 players. ZywOo could get caught off out towards mid as well. His Deagle, his knife pulled out. Easy pickings for Deaths. And just like that, Movistar Riders have found the turnaround against Vitality. That was a decimating round.
It came down to the B players getting slightly too aggressive. 4v4, they've taken the B stairs, and they went right down towards the bridge. And we've seen a couple of times those backstabs have come through from ladder. Never really seen a massive backstab from B towards A, and the NWP's just watching for it. SunPayus is so ready for that aggressive move. And as soon as you start over-peaking against an AWPer in this sort of range, you know you're just going to get slapped. And that was a very good read coming through from SunPayus, just to have the awareness of it being a possibility.
Flash is sent in. That mid ramp control. Movistar Riders holding their positions as Vitality will prod towards both those angles and hold for some sort of split play. The two members all the way up to the platform will be ready to try and go for the execution. Seems to be that's what's going to be the case for Movistar Riders.
A little bit quicker once again, even for DaviG, looking to try and strike. Misuda's going to try and find him.
Molotov's about driving back as Alex gets that opening kill. Finally gets his match started. Misuta with a pick back needs to double up, but no, DaviG says otherwise, as does Mopoz, who doubles up himself. Dupree left alone in the 1 versus 4, and it took a while for Movistar Riders to get started, but now the confidence is fully flowing.
And now it's just a little bit more of a surge of acceleration, a bit quicker towards the top of ramp, wanting to try and act out to that alley entrance really quickly. And for Misuta, he gets one, but then gets caught reloading, and then everybody else down to the side just struggles. The third round being gained by the T side, and now we're starting to feel a little bit of tempo and more control being gained by the Spaniards.
And they're third up to the board when confidence was fully there for Vitality. Hold the line to claim another good round, to claim another one, another scalp at the head of Vitality. Not a lot of cash in this CT bank accounts. There probably isn't a buy here.
Can't imagine so. Gotta imagine upgrade lightly around the safety and hero M4. Get as much out of that as possible. We know that Dupree's been playing towards the B side, so you wonder if that's going to change at all going into a round like this. Maybe more aggression towards mid and working with a teammate. Movistar Riders have got to imagine that this could be them getting up to 4 and getting a bit of a streak going.
Molotov sent in to try and deny any early aggression on the T-side line. B-side's completely opened up, though, so they can just press the issue whenever they want to. Vitality stack on A. The defaults will try prod to get the information on where this is. Again, Movistar Riders, as characteristic as it is, it's a passive default.
And we saw that for the Movistar Riders when they took on OneWin in the consolidation final of ECL Season 41, Vertigo was a map that got played. Only 4 rounds on T-side was gained by the Spaniards in their 14-16 loss.
Well, they are 3 for 4 right now, so it's encouraging. They're probably going to go 4 for 4. A chance available. Again, Vitality held the lead for the majority of this one. The gap will start to close, but the guns are out for the next round, so they can start to put that distance back on the board. A very, very slow matchup from Movistar, and it's starting to finally work towards their favor.
And if they can sort of capture what they were able to find in the group stage of EPL, just knowing the fact that they went 5-0, that they pretty much just upset every team possible, was a slight shame that obviously going 5-0 and topping their group, they went straight into the quarterfinals and they weren't able to find anything after that fact, going down to ends very quickly. It was that one event, I don't want to say that put Movistar Riders on the map, but it was probably one of the events in recent history where we sort of looked at them and thought, okay, they can contend against tier 1 teams.
They've done pretty decently. I mean, for a team that you would never really expect, right? Like, after that international project, it felt to me like it was going to be a regression back into the national scene. And obviously, that was, I think, part of the reason why Movistar Riders made that move. But it's not worked out that way. It's worked out far better, if we're being honest with ourselves. Here in IEM Cologne, their chance to continue that international success against the likes of Vitality, but finally with an M4 back in the hands of Dupree, he finds Mopoz to kick off round 11.
Very gimmicky there for Mopoz. No flash, no support him and a teammate, just playing in around the smoke, hope that there's nothing aggressive. And in fact, Dupree just catches him, doesn't take that much damage in return. And that's an excellent start that Vitality are looking for in round 11.
Swing forward of that flashbang. Apex is watching and waiting. Prodding forward and back. But can't see anything of the CT side. They're held back passive.
More util being chucked over towards Apex's position. Get a little bit more aggressive down there towards the bottom of ramp. Now, there is a regroup from Movistar Riders out to the B play. They will need to deal with Dupree.
Still set so aggressive here as well. Alex caught, burst through against him. Death's also being seen. Flash turned away from. Can't line up the kills. Will do some damage to all three players that are out there. Majors back over towards Quad, the next line of defense in the 4-on-4. Movistar Riders rotate away again.
Okay, try and really dangle with those over rotates, and Apex is still hanging about very aggressively. He's going to gather so much information on ramp.
And there's a smoke clear. When does he see them? Oh, spray from Davi. Heard the tags being so close. Alex will find the kill instead. An advantage game on Movistar. ZywOo first to respond to the scene. Molotovs sent over. Davi shadows scenes as ZywOo can get that kill back to a 3-on-3. Hide in the box corner. It's misutaaa with his 2 frags. Decimates the remaining T-side players. The flanking from Alex might not catch a kill. Indeed it won't. ZywOo holds him. And 7 is gained by the CT side.
And I think that round probably shows, Jay, how much more importance information is than actual frags. We look at a position of Apex getting quite aggressive. While he doesn't find anything, it's that over-rotate. It's so much information down there from the bottom of ramp. It's going to be an A play. It's not going to be the B fake at all. And instead, just position ZywOo very aggressively, cut them off guard. You've got misutaaa playing up from the heaven control. They're able to establish a crossfire between one another. And just when you thought we were going to get a healthy streak from Movistar Riders, Vitality answer back.
Moment's respite is called in. Movistar Riders not back a peg. As soon as they had a way to work in, as soon as they started to find their rhythm, it feels like Vitality are right back in control here. The M4's in, the AWP for SunPayus, of course, will be out for Movistar Riders. Still yet to see much of the AWP from Vitality. ZywOo had it out for a couple of rounds, but now set in with the 8Ks, the M4s are standard. The rifles trying to challenge each other aggressive in Magisk.
Wonder how he actually plays around this Molotov. Get a little bit more counter utility behind him. Him and ZywOo can actually fight from the top of ramp.
misutaaa backed up with the M4. Flashes in. Warpaws wrap the corner. Majors continues to spray. misutaaa and Apex get those 2 frags in the 5 versus 3. Alex does respond towards 1 kill at least, forcing the CTs back.
So much distraction being pulled towards that top of ramp position. Movistar Riders don't know where to look. Do you look to the top of ramp at the sandbags? Do you look up towards Crane? All 3 players fight together and then just fall back, play the numbers game, hold 3 on A, and that's where Movistar Riders are going to double pump.
Again, go quick, slow things down, back into their own pace. Try prod towards ZywOo and get that frag. Alex. Kill gets found, incendiary. Magisk will kind of try and get driven forward here towards the ramp control. Death is watching and will swing. Magisk with that kill. Advantage now for Vitality. 40 seconds. They continue swinging on Alex's part. The smoke's trying to go down here. Find a bit more cover to try and get the bomb plant.
Even Alex just working on the edge of the smoke. Has to try and set up as much of a crossfire as possible. Apex to swing out into the open. And now for SunPayus with that AWP. Just trying to make as much happen. But time is low. Save call could be on again.
Oh, you're not even going to get that chance. 1 CT so close, and SunPayus cannot connect the shot, cannot get the kill. And therefore rounds the half gained by Vitality here.
Movistar Riders have really been tested in the first half here on the T side of Vertigo. Come down to a stance in which they're still trying to find their groove with the pacing. And while Alex was able to draw ZywOo out into the open, force it back into that 3v3 situation, just nothing else was really being prodded towards. It felt as if there for the Frenchmen, they were able to get as much out of that as possible. And now for Magis, thinking about an aggressive mid play, ZywOo to contain top of ramp again.
Blind firing from ZywOo and his AWP bout once again. Looking in towards ramp, but no luck in terms of the opening frag. Flash in for SunPayus, going to get 3 T-side players to extend towards the ramp default. Damage will be done to Davi initially. Nothing major.
This may be one of the most passive rounds on A we've seen from Vitality yet. Think about the boost up towards that headshot angle. ZywOo with the AWP is waiting for an overswing. Instead, his teammate of misutaaa actually is the one to drop.
Sprays through from Apex, doing damage to Davi. ZywOo with the incendiary sent up and over. Sprays on Mopos through the smoke. Gets Apex next. 3 players left on the Vitality side. Magisk is so close to hit the smoke. Needs to get a headshot or 2. Sees at least 2 of those players dishing out the damage, but still not able to get the definitive kills against them. Dupree's nade, however, chimes in on Mopos.
Still more util. They've got another incendiary to work with, and the backstab in from mid is actually being watched.
Holding himself here for Magisk's part. Dupree also comes ahead and joins him. The rotations, however, will be afforded out towards the B side. ZywOo seeing nothing else here on Rab. It's going to be the B commit. The retake is on. Vitality, however, are down by a man and such low HP on Magisk and ZywOo here.
They're just going to save. They realize that Defs have so much map control deep towards CT spawn that it's difficult to deal with him and then get the retake on. We know that we're already down by 1. The HP numbers aren't great. Our economy float, we don't want to ruin it. Let's just save. Let's give it in.
Keep the guns, hold on to a buy. It can be afforded if you have 3 of them here, so makes sense for Vitality. Movistar finding their 5th, continuing to fight on here on Vertigo.
And they know that this is going to be a challenge. When you take on a team like MIBR, even in your opening game, yes, it was Ancient. They were down 4-11, had to recover things on their CT side to really get that comeback on. Anytime you win an opening best of 1, the best of 3s are going to get more difficult. 5 on the board for the T side. They'll be happy with what they've achieved so far, but they want to try and really press the issue. And if they can get a late reset, if they're able to sort of win round 14, it could actually put the economical situation right down in the bin for Vitality. This is a good round for the taking if they can take the opportunity.
And quick plays up on the defaults once again from Movistar. Going to lean into the ramp default. Flashes forward, Apex and ZywOo on the crossfire. Have a lot of players to try and receive here ahead of the smokes. Incendiary sent down from both sides will drive away the aggressive angles. Molotov's down, flashes in from Deaths will try and force them away from the ramp position and the alley position. Apex blind firing, almost caught Alex here. ZywOo will fall and Alex will get traded at the very least, so a 4-on-4 scenario.
Get out of there very quickly, but at the same time, they're trying to hope to catch a timing. Misutaaa falling back, Apex continuing to aggress. There is someone that's got up towards the alley position.
Incendiary sent down to try block him. Swing forward of Apex gets his kill. Might get overwhelmed by daviG. Indeed he is. 3-on-3. Misutaaa also swings. Can't find his pick back though. The AWPer firing and missing. Davi also spotted as Misutaaa gets up high top of the triple stack. And now it's Deaths and SunPayus in a 2-on-3 scenario.
So much chaos going down onto that site. The way that Misutaaa repositions makes it so uneasy. And now even the spam for Magisk. Deaths is being wrapped in from alley too.
Last man standing, bomb dropped in the open, and Misutaaa's going to see that, see his man, get his kill. Bring in 9 rounds for Vitality. Movistar Riders just can't seem to string 2 together.
Misutaaa's been a class act as well. He's been very entertaining to watch on the CT side. Some of his wacky maneuvers in and around the A site, how he's been able to multi-frag, be very consistent, and just knowing that normally he's not a player that we keep an eye out for, a little bit more supportive. For him to be out at 14 frags, he's doing incredibly well.
Round 15, could still see the double digits coming in for the CT side. Movistar Riders. Work to be done. Instantly fight onto Apex. daviG will catch him off despite being blind by the flashbang. Great kill to kick things off for Movistar Riders. Again, they press forward, get their start, fall back and play passive.
Even for Misutaaa, just has to give the respect. Fall back there, no point fighting. ZywOo is not seeing anything towards the walk up on the left-hand side of the boxes itself. Misutaaa might think about double dipping. No mid control as of right now either.
The prod forward continues. Flashing in for Movistar Riders. Misutaaa holds the line with the M4, yet to receive. Yet to see. Might have to force the issue back on Mopos himself here. He's behind the sandbags. There's an incendiary from Magisk as well.
ZywOo's just probably going to keep eyes towards that sandbags position, allow Misutaaa to be the cross out towards mid. And for Movistar Riders, it's going to be a regroup out to the B side. That's where they're going to be running into a bit more of a stack.
Not the first time we've seen this, probably not the last either. Swing in for the M4, Magisk watching the stairs and holds ready for the execution.
They've got 2 smokes to work with. They can try and cancel this.
That's one of them down, Magisk. Holding the line, Smokes back to the back lines. Dupree and Majors continuing to watch on as Mopos does clean up ZywOo towards the A site, and the counter rotate comes back once again. That's also standard for Movistar Riders. Bait and switch again. misutaaa caught off by Mopos, a 4-on-2 for Movistar.
Oh, they just got sold. Thought it was going to have to be the B commit, and now for Dupree and Majors. How do you retake this?
You got to find some way. It's last round in the half. Utility thrown down here. The Smokes to try to buy a bit of harder cover. SunPayus behind the bomb site itself. Majors continuing to swing, does not get caught off. SunPayus with a kill back. Dupree alone in the 1-on-4 scenario. The AK's prodding. Dupree needs to isolate each individual fight, and he just can't do it. It's 9-6 at the half. Still good for Vitality, but Movistar brought it back, and now they go to their third half after the break.
Broken bones and a bloodstained flag. Open road and nomadic plans. In a quiet town, bodies fall upon sacred ground. Burn a flag and a king is crowned. Coming to get you. I'm coming.
Well, 3 rounds to separate Movistar Riders from Vitality's lead, a 9-6 half. And as Vitality look towards the T side, the question must be asked, Dwayne, is there any decency in Vitality's T side?
There absolutely is. We spoke about that Dignitas result a little bit earlier on in the RMR. 10 rounds on T side when it goes up against Big at the Major itself. 11 rounds on the T side. And of course, their most recent game against Astralis featured 9 rounds on the T side. I'm pretty confident they could speedrun it from here.
Bates in with the pistols. The Julie's in for Alex out to the alley position. Nice set waiting for Vitality to make their move into the execution. They just have their default set again, charging up ramp, holding back, and we'll go for the hit when they're ready.
They're waiting for a slight mistake, an over-rotation. The backstab's being held right now from Apex towards B. Nothing's being seen towards that sort of area, so they could just try and stall for a little bit more time. And these Julies for Alex, we know that it's a weapon that he actually quite enjoys when it comes to pistol rounds, often invests into it.
slow from Vitality still. SunPayus tapping his way through the wall bangs. Alex with the Julies finally sees first contact of Dupree. SunPayus with his back turn. The spray down seems to come through for two. ZywOo traded back by SunPayus, who drops the bomb. 4 on 2, in fact, 4 to CT. SunPayus doubles up, and Mopos cleans up Magisk. So no T-side pistol to Vitality. It goes the way of the Spaniards.
What a setup. You just think about that protocol. They wait for the util to come down towards that alley entrance outside of yellow, and Alex just got a flash ready. Allows it to pop right open for him, and no one's playing anti-flash on that Ivy take at all, so it means that everyone's just completely blinded. Even ZywOo's trying to do his best to spam back to get a return, but overall, that flash assist was excellent.
Opportunity is about now for Movistar to try and buy their way back into this matchup. Guns in with the M4s to FAMAS the SMG on deaths as well. Mopos' eyes are set in against the T-side line, knows exactly where they're at. Seeing the jump face out from one man, but unable to get the kills.
We know that for Movistar Riders, there's no such thing as an easy victory on Vertigo in the last few months for them. There are so many results that you could look at that have gone 30 or more rounds. Always seem to be stretched to the absolute limit. And up against on the eco could be a fairly easy farm round.
Indeed it is. Alex and Mopos on the crossfire. They've mined themselves in with the kills. Mopos with a triple, Alex with a double. 8 to the board of Movistar Riders. But a formality round there for Vitality. Weren't expecting it to be much of anything. So the guns will come out right here and now, and this is where they can contest again.
Got to imagine for Vitality as well, come the T side, we'll probably get some more glimpses out of what misutaaa is made of. Had a very entertaining first half. Haven't seen much from ZywOo either. Had the AWP in his hands a few times in that first half, now with a rifle and the AK to come into round 18.
Movistar looking at FAMAS and SMG on 2 individuals. Alex sprayed down at 51, pre-fire positions for misutaaa. Blind behind those smokes, won't get credited with the kill. He'll definitely do some damage though.
Interesting that no one's actually playing on B right now for Movistar Riders. You've got a 3 A play and 2 aggressive towards mid with the vertical crossfire. And this is actually allowing Dupree and co just to walk into B right now.
Mage is maybe in for a rude awakening though. Yep. WG with a simple headshot straight through against the man, but now the B site's been gained and Apex has already walked up onto the site. They didn't think that was coming. 4 on 4. Bomb yet to commit. misutaaa wins a fight out towards Ramp, so it could be a counter rotate from Vitality in the same way that Movistar were doing on their T side line. Dupree still making noise and still drawing attention out towards the back of the B site, but in the end that bomb will commit towards the B site and the retake will be on.
Tap it once, try and draw those fights out to the open, finally get it down. Resmoke towards the right-hand side of the generators too.
And nades onto the left-hand side, not catching any damage or kills, and in the end, Movistar seeing the counter util, the resmokes, just opt to go for the safe call here. Makes a lot of sense. Vitality will get to 10.
And Movistar Riders are probably looking at that, being very frustrated. You've got a very superb crossfire being set in mid. It's an opening man advantage, but just falls. And then you just get caught flat-footed. You start rotating back into that mid connector. You look out to the B site, and what happens? Apex is just staring at you. He's right in the generator's position. And that comes down to the setup with having no one on B, and obviously a lack of information, and just an instant punishment coming through from Vitality.
Advantage T side, and CT rebuy should come through as they have saved majority of their weapons. Knew that retake was off the table from the word go. And they'll use their 3rd tactical timeout here, Movistar Riders. They have struggled throughout the course of this matchup. Still trailing behind the Vitality camp. But any clap back could be a good clap back, and one that could clap back into the lead.
And we've seen that for the side of Movistar Riders, they've played this map about 5 times in the last month or so. As for Vitality, we haven't seen that at all. The last time they played it was at Dallas, which was towards the end of May. So it's been a little while. Didn't get to see them play at all at the Blast Premier Spring Finals. So even an event where they played 5 best-of-3s, went all the way to the final, we didn't see Vertigo getting played.
Not much to pull from in that sense, I guess. But out here and now. 2 rounds separate the two squads. Again, Vitality hold the lead. Movistar closing the gap by a small amount. Molotov set up with the counter smokes back. The awkward incendiary there from the CT player out towards Ali is going to cost them at least a piece of utility. Molov's leaning in. How much is he going to find here? Sees misutaaa, but misutaaa gets the instant kill.
Sees quite a bit of presence down there towards that ramp portion, but can't do much about it. HE placement onto Apex is very sound, and as of right now, they've actually done a fair amount of chip damage. That first duel onto misutaaa down to 36, Apex at 57. It's whether there is a refrag. They're bringing quite a heavy load over towards the A play. You've got 3 CTs all up to defend. Could be a retake to the top of ramp, actually.
Walk forward from Deaths and SunPayus now make their way out towards the sandbags position. They're still swinging around for even more, though. Alex and Deaths. Snap back to the site itself. Dupree not seen here by SunPayus, covered up by those tarps. A resmoke does come down for the CT forces, so they continue suppressing here.
Matter of timing. I think Apex is actually holding for the angle. No one up onto the cross towards Ali. He's going to see it. SunPayus allows the multi-frag, but not quite the triple. Does get traded eventually.
Beautiful flick to ZywOo's head. You're right about that trade, a 3-on-3. Vitality have lost the man advantage at least. That's a way to claw back in for Movistar Riders. Alex, head to smoke, waiting for the flashbangs to come in. Spray through on the first man, sees Magus for another double, and Apex is left alone to try and clutch this. The bomb is on his back, and there's 20 seconds left on the clock. He's falling away. He's looking to save.
What a perfect reposition around that smoke. As soon as you put it down, you know they're going to pop flash through it, but he puts himself in such an anti-flash position, holding into the corner, that as soon as he hears that flash pop, you just look right back into the action zone, into that smoke placement, and catches both of the Danes trying to make their way forward. And it comes down to SunPayus finding that response, knowing that they lost the first duel over to misutaaa. It then comes down to SunPayus gathering information, allowing the multi-frag, and then, of course, that angle being held out towards the alley entrance was the difference maker in the round.
2 doubles from 2 separate players. A tactical called in by Vitality now because the gap on the scoreline is now a single round. And that's their first tactical utilized here, Dwayne. You mentioned how their T side could be particularly strong, and certainly in the last 3 months it has been. But they've got to channel some of that and actually apply it to the matchup. They've gained 1 T side round so far.
They won't be too happy with how the success has come down in the second half, that's for sure. Haven't seen many rifle rounds, though. That is something that we need to consider. And now going back into round 20, this is where they can keep the pressure on, try and hold their lead. SunPayus going over towards a big green. You can imagine a lot of crane picks and presence to be shown towards the top of ramp. Movistar Riders just trying to see if they can get themselves into a winning position come this first map of the series, knowing it's their map pick.
Oh, quick swing from Mopos, sees so much. Gets a kill on Dupree. misutaaa with a responsive. A 4-on-4 situation has been gained.
So much util placement going down there to that ramp portion. DaviG thinking about aggressing on the smoke. Alex hasn't seen anything on the walk up either.
Incendiary sent down to the back of the sandbag. misutaaa knows that the players out there as Davi swings out from Ali, gets Apex. They're trying to hunt for Alex and they're getting closer and closer. Oh, no! What's happened there, lad? Caught in the smoke, he's falling to his death. A 3-on-3 has been gained.
Oh no, trying to play out to the railing position, give himself that height advantage. And now you think about the capitalization because they're moving away from A. What is this over-rotation for Movistar?
God, they love their rotations on Vertigo, don't they? Just rotate back and forth for their T side, and now away from A, they'll look as the hit comes through towards A, so they counter-rotate back in for the retake. It's a 3-on-3 scenario, and the AWP does not land the wallbang.
This is a very difficult retake to work with. They've got to get something out of the backstab, and it's going to take some time to get set up too for DaviG.
Smoke for SunPayus comes down. Death's putting another one out towards the alley position. Smoke back towards the ramp entrance. misutaaa caught by SunPayus. Advantage now swings the way of Movistar. Magisk and ZywOo out towards the ramp take. Still leaning in from the sandbags. Trying to spot. Spray through. Davi gets his kill. ZywOo with 1. Needs to get the bomb plant. And now he lands the headshot on Deaths as well. A 1-on-1 SunPayus. He's retreating. He's saving. He's out of time. He's out of the round.
What a round from ZywOo to recover it there. 1v3 on the post plant, just spamming through that smoke, and eventually one of the spray bullets connecting on the diffuser. Movistar Riders, they'll be so disappointed in themselves, knowing that Alex accidentally fell off the map, knowing that even the NWP finds a very quick flick onto misutaaa to get that retake on, and that backstab towards ramp is fairly successful too.
Alex in particular will be disappointed with how things worked out there. Cost them everything for my money. The 4-on-3, then just turning all the way to Vitality. And yes, it was brought down to a 3-on-1 for the Movistar Riders. But ZywOo doing everything to get that diffuser, get that headshot against him. Felt like they weren't going to do it, but they pulled it off in the end. And the rebuy comes in. It's broken because of the CZ from Oppoz. But Death is struck first with the M4.
Getting quite aggressive out towards these B stairs, trying to see if any more will present itself in this sort of round. And you wonder what the util usage will be like for Vitality. Really need to try and flash him off angle.
That's what they'll do, but they won't find the angle to actually get the kill for it. I think he might have fallen back, and then looked the wrong way at the wrong time. Death with the double. Not quite the triple. misutaaa finally responds towards it, but Movistar Riders hold the man advantage.
Got to try and take some of these more upgraded weapons out of play for Movistar Riders. Try and fight onto the likes of Oppoz if it's possible. Start regrouping. And knowing that Davy is out towards this B site, as soon as contact comes through, that's going to send Alex from mid over to help him out.
45 seconds to the clock. Smokes on Apex. Gets caught by Davy. Another frag to go the way of the Movistar Riders. misutaaa trying to walk into the site, but has 3 players to find minimum, potentially even a backstab from SunPayus. Smokes the cross, re-smokes on from the T-side line. misutaaa's got himself deep into the site, but that smoke does not land on points, and Oppoz has a gap to work with. ZywOo sneaks forward of the smoke, but still doesn't get more than a single frag. Movistar Riders continuing to keep this as close as possible here.
This actually might be a force buy for Vitality. You've got Apex on double eco status. You're working with single round loss bonus. It's a very difficult position to be in. And I think it shows coming down to a 1vx in from ZywOo, and then obviously losing the force buy round via the likes of Movistar Riders, what it puts yourself in. And yes, it will be the force up. They're not working with the best of weaponry, unfortunately.
Rifle set in, as you would expect for the CT forces, and the Eagles come back for Vitality. Bursts and taps in from Oppoz, trying to prod towards the T-side line, but so far so little has been found. Just chips away at the HP bar, no kills being gained in the early parts of round 22.
Even that re-smoke from Oppoz allows them to get a little bit more aggressive, to spam down to the bottom of right corner at ramp. And for Vitality, they're looking for punishment, because they know to themselves this could be a massive swing round. This could allow a CT streak to continue and for Movistar Riders to get comfortable on their map pick.
Been very uncomfortable so far, so that's the opposite of what Vitality want. Here they come with the walks forward into the ramp control, making a lot of noise for it, so CT's on the rotate. Start making their way around for the backstab as well on the part of Davy G. Flashes in to suppress them. They run that time low.
Try and fake that there's actually someone down towards those sandbags. The HE placement again towards the top of ramp is doing so much significant damage.
Oppoz has a smoke in his hand here. They're trying to suppress them if they make their way around towards ramp. Re-flashes on, counter smokes down at the T-side line. AK of Alex, turn away from the flash, gets domed in by dupreeh. All-important shot to kick things off. Oppoz sees so many players outside alley, and looks for that scout as ZywOo, the bomb, trying to get committed down here. Oppoz will catch him, and he takes some damage, but Death will follow suit on misutaaa. SunPayus with his AWP pick on the ZywOo, now leaves it to 2 players left on the Vitality side. Magisk down, dupreeh left alone in the round, gets 1 kill, no more.
Just felt there that Des made it so uncomfortable around that default position. You've got a man advantage out from the alley position. You want to get the bomb plant, but he's up close and personal. He's in your face. He's pulling so much of a distraction away. And then, of course, you've just got mass players down on that side to defend. Over-rotates coming through with the information play. And for Vitality, while there was a start in the round, while there was an opening man advantage being gained, without that round coming through successfully, they won't have a buy on the table. And this is a perfect opportunity for the Movistar Riders to be able to get a lead going.
Especially with the basic pistols for Vitality, should be able to get this top from the board, look towards the guns, and from there it gets real dangerous for the Vitality camp. Talking about 13, 14 rounds or so potential in heavy amounts to try and claim control of this map up. from also such a strong first half of Vitality as well. Movistar Riders have really put in the hard yards to bring it back. And this T side that we expected to see from Vitality being so prominent for them is yet to be seen so far in the second half. 2 rounds gained, SunPayus and Mopos mop up the anti-eco. And now the guns come through Vitality as well as a tactical pause.
Take that in, have a chat with Zonic, and maybe try and brush some ideas off one another. Realize what have been some of the weaknesses down on the T side. One thing we have seen, Jay, in every round that's been lost for Vitality in the second half, no bomb plants. Lack of that extra money, which does make the economy state more difficult to work with. And even though they've only won a couple of rounds of the half, the deficit's only 1. It's not as if it's a far-gone conclusion that they can still come back and put on a good performance towards the tail end. But as of right now, they definitely need to get a bit of a move on. Otherwise, some Movistar Riders, especially if they start getting rounds in a row, because this map so far has not been streak-heavy. So with that in mind, if you give them a streak, they might just run away with it all to the end.
They're running away with it right now. Lead finally gained 12 to the border. Movistar Vitality. Gun setting, the AKs cross the board, but SunPayus' AWP picks up the first. misutaaa down and out.
Now it comes down to the mid-walk to see if there's a response. ZywOo holding out to that connector position. Both the Danes to work off one another. Try and get as much space out of this as possible while ZywOo fakes the top of the ramp.
Slow walk. Only Davy resisting here from Scaff. I think Magisk. Ooh, there's that pixel you see in the head. He's ready for it, but Magisk still gets his kill. Swing back to the 4-on-4 advantage. Now equalized, but one man down at the B stairs will be ready to try and receive. The bomb should get planted. The concern is about this backstab here, and Des will reveal his position with the smoke.
Slight hesitation there for ZywOo, and look at this backstab. Oh, this is a round winner.
Oh, here we go. This is where it all comes together. All comes together for the T side. 2 to spot. One player is back turn. ZywOo sprays a bit awkward. And SunPayus can get the trade for it. A 3-on-3. Apex so close to Scaff. Turning away from those flashes. Counteraction in from the T side line as well. Pre with his head on the swivels. Magisk falls. The Pre needs to win, and it's not going to happen. Him and Apex drop. The defuse will come through. And somehow, some way, Movistar continue to fight back.
That's very surprising, because that did not look like it was going to go down in the way in which, I mean, for ZywOo, that perspective, you think, okay, a lot of time stalling, might even get a multi-kill, make it so difficult, but instead there's a slight whiff on that first player, and it means that the trade is almost instant. Even Des, that gave away the position a little bit earlier into the round when the bomb was getting planted out to the B stairs, found a slight response on getting into that retake. And for Vitality, they've got to be so disappointed about that, because they opened up B completely and had a backstab, but still couldn't close the round.
And this is what I was talking about in the pre-match. It's not about whether Vitality win or lose this series. It's about how close it really is. And whether or not they look lost on these matches. And certainly in this second half, they have looked lost on T side. Movistar Riders continuing to stack up round after round after round. The bomb plant bonus from the previous will not enable a force buy here for Vitality. A half invest with the Eagles and the Scout. They've done that early damage to Mopos, but they need to do more. They need to find a kill and find a round in all honesty.
Just knowing that they're up 6-1 in the first early portion of the first half, how much of a lead they were really able to gain out of that. As things start slowing down, Alex hearing so many of these util placements and footsteps towards ramp. There is going to be a counter boost, and they catch off ZywOo immediately.
Perfect timing. Ready for Magisk. Next up with the Deagle. Wrapping to Ali. Spray is a bit awkward. The Deagle doesn't land his shots, though. Alex is perfectly unscathed. Mopos finds misutaaa. He does get overwhelmed by Apex. The bomb plant can be secured itself. The USP pulled out against the Deagle. Wins out the fight for Alex. So bonus cash for Vitality, but a 4-on-2 for Movistar Riders to retake with. Now Dupree gets caught. Apex with one good headshot. Now to ace clutch this here with his Scout. The fuse can be held, can be stuck. Smokes down for a little bit extra cover. They will look to go, but nope. Death swings for the kill for the round.
All about applying as much damage in as possible on the eco. You get away with a couple of kills, you're able to get a bomb plant, so Vitality can be happy about that. But now we start wondering, when is the Vitality that we know, the team that we've seen be so strong on T-side in previous history? Does it just come down to the basis that it's been such a long time? That it's been, nearly 5 weeks or so since they've actually played this map. Is that a concern, and why perhaps they are having a struggle against Movistar Riders? Another tactical, using their third one now. And really, for Movistar Riders, 2 more to go to at least start and get off to the right foot on this series. Could actually be very beneficial for themselves, especially when we take into mind the run that they've had previously of how much success they were able to find at Valencia.
And that success looks to linger on here against Vitality. One more gun by in it. 2 more rounds for Movistar. 3 rounds for Vitality to make up. And 4 more rounds in regulation from this point on. Orp saying for ZywOo. Look out to the top's position. Land on Alex. Finally get a decent start for Vitality here.
Light on util with that aggressive peek. No flash, no real jiggle on that. Just a dry peek, and it allows ZywOo to just get the opener. Mopo's working with the smoke, finds a return, and just gets so back towards A.
Swings on the second man, gets Apex. Is going to get caught on the reloads. So Debris can find the trade. 3-on-3 situation in Vitality. Once again, slow it down.
Movistar Riders do like their double dips, like to try and get as much out of the maximum play as possible. And for DaviG, knowing that util usage has been done fairly well onto Magisk, if he starts aggressing further, that actually might be a fairly easy pick.
He's thinking about it. Smokes are sent down. Find a bit more cover for DaviG. He might even hide in that corner and wait for the T's to give him a peek. He's actually found a gap instead there. That might work towards his favor if they start to swing, but no, they're going back. He's missed the mark. He hasn't caught the backstab. He can close in against them, though.
It's a lot of information. Knew that they're up towards the top of the ramp, and no one is watching for this. They could just stack up and B. This is such a sick play from DaviG.
How much is he going to get for it? He's a missed ZywOo again. This could be the most perfect backstab of the entire tournament here. Slow walks in. Still not catching vision. Knife pulled out. Don't make noise, son. 1, 2. Easy frag. Swing to the third. The AWP is ZywOo. Now with 10 seconds to recover a 1v3, the bomb's been dropped. He knows he's out of it. It's map point for Movistar Riders.
What an info play. They re-smoke down towards the top of the alley position, and he just works around it. Finds that gap, peers down towards the scaffolding and sees nothing. And as soon as he knows that they were up there, that they were using util, that he was hearing the footsteps, and then it's clear, you just know, boys, they've relocated. Let's start moving the defensive over. Let's start getting out towards B. And that backstab is just timed to absolute perfection. Even if he wasn't the one to strike with those kills, they still had 2 on B. They had the read in that round.
Vitality have money to buy into, though. Guns found, the AKs, the AWPs. 4 rounds to separate the 2 teams. And Vitality are playing for overtime, having played from the front foot for almost the entire matchup.
They'll be disappointed about this second half, that's for sure. Not being presented much success at all. And for Movistar Riders, this has been very entertaining. A lot of success gained for their CT side, not so much for the opening pick. A straight spam towards that banger position, actually.
There's a start for Vitality here. Orp in the SunPayus, watching the stairs angle. Mopos at the edge of the smoke is hoping for a T-side player to aggress. That's not happened, though. Backed up well out of the way of ramp.
Turn away from that flash. Hope that misutaaa peeks out wide. Not seeing anything as of right now. They are actually bringing quite a lot of over-rotates towards this A site for the moment.
3. Waiting for the utility to come in from his teammates. Smoke out the 2 crosses at generators. Try to get him into the site itself. misutaaa will find Mopos, so an advantage that extends to Vitality now. Dupree, the first man into the site. As Apex also there with the bomb on his back, trying to look above these smokes and get the kill on DaviG. Alex can try and back with the M4 at least. Alongside a double up towards ZywOo, so a 3-on-2 instead. Then they've been in for even more, but Dupree will punish that. Now it's the SunPayus, the clutch.
Does he have the backing? Does he have the confidence to go for it? Seems like he wants to put himself in a winning position. This could be to close the map, Jay.
Lean forward. Oh, he's landed it. 1 more to find. Did he see him? He didn't. Looking towards the pre-position, though. Watching the side. Not watching the outside. Not quite to close on this occasion. 12 to the board of Vitality. Get 1 back.
Desta's going to have to drop some weapons in this one. Alex might even have to drop an AWP over to SunPayus if they want to keep the economy afloat a little bit stronger in that regard. And for Vitality, just working off of that post plant. I think Mopoz even rotated down from the ladder position to get the backstab towards the bottom of the B stairs, and that was being watched. Vitality up against a tactical. A lot of tacticals used in this map, actually, in comparison to the last few series that we've had.
We're very light on that sense, but, well, here they are right here and now, and towards the tail end of this particular matchup, it makes sense. Fourth used by Movistar in this one, none left in the tank. I think Vitality have one more left, if memory serves me correctly. I guess we'll find out as the match goes on. The AWP, the AKs, the Galils on two individuals. Of course, the buy is broken for Vitality, just as much as it is for Movistar here.
And this is a very good opportunity to crunch down with the limited economy state. Try and allow Vitality that slight boost for these last couple of rounds. Dupree getting very aggressive towards the top of the B stairs. Not seeing any aggression, but seeing plenty of utility.
Oh, ZywOo through the smoke. Doesn't need any information. Just fire blind and connected to Alex. Start for Vitality once again. Kicks things off on the right foot. Now that the pressure is applied, this team starts to feel a little bit more confident in themselves, going for those frags and winning them out here.
As ZywOo getting a little bit of a glimmer around that smoke, getting a bit of an edge. Even Majes with the entry completely blinded off of that one. And Des has got to be so annoyed knowing how good that flash was too.
That was wonderful stuff for him. Two-man advantage now. Movistar Riders backing away from the B side. Daffy Cheese the only player to defend it, watching out from mid. Might not even challenge the execution. Stack conceding itself towards A. They might stay here. And if it goes to the B site, then it will all be down at the save.
Might as well gamble, Stack. You're working with not a lot of information. You know that the money float is fairly low. 3v5, just hold it towards A. And like you mentioned, if the B site gets taken, hold on to your weapons, hope that you don't get hunted. And for Vitality, this late resurgence of a couple of rounds in a row can make a big difference and a big impact in this best of three.
Flash is sent over. ZywOo behind his main men who are focusing on that B site. The plant should be secured. And the retake will not be on. The money's not there for Movistar. It's best to save their guns, and they know it. They planned it ever since they lost those two picks. Stacking to hope they went to the A side. Maybe looking for an exit frag on Apex. But that won't mean much here.
Wonder how difficult it is going to be to close here for the Spaniards. The fight being presented, but Davi G winning it out. No point upgrading towards that Galil. If it was an AK, it might have been a different story. And for Movistar Riders, they sit on 15 for yet another round. And for Vitality, it feels as if a chance is really starting to present itself now.
Slowly but surely clawing their way back into this matchup. 13 to the board of the T side. 2 more rounds to get up to the overtime. 2 more map points for Movistar to close it, but the money's not quite there for them. I don't know if they force around these guns or wait for the next round here.
There's no point. You know you have 1 round to close. Why risk it? Why force it down? Keep the 3 weapons in play. Allow yourself the light eco and get as much out of this round as possible. If you win it, great. It's a steal. If not, we look at round 30. That's going to be the one where we close.
Flashes forward, Magisk. Alongside Dupree, the 2 Danes, the Vitality side. Working against Davi and Deaths. AK swing with Davi and Mopoz. Land those kills, but Tutti with 1 decent trade. Dupree struggles. And it looks like Movistar might not need the buy to win this map.
What a steal this could turn out to be. The aggressive approach towards ramp. The aggressive approach out towards the B stairs. So much success being found. And now for Apex and misutaaa, they've got ramp control. They can work together. But they still need to really dig deep to bring this back.
misutaaa walking forward. AK. Smoke that can get pulled out, put to elevator. Molotov also sent to the back site. Bomb will try to commit here from Apex. The flash is forward. And the CTs beyond for the retake, it seemed. Incendiary down for Apex to get that bomb in. He'll get out of dodge at 20 points of health, though. Be a difficult post plant to fend off.
The HE not quite coming down to the right position. And for misutaaa, this is his chance to really step up. There's a kit in play for Movistar.
AK watching and waiting. Slow walks into the CT side. Nade in for Apex. Won't do much damage to SunPayus. The flashes will stall them though, as some of them are caught blinded. misutaaa waits, smoke goes down, Davi dead to right. 2v3, 2v2, he almost gets it to one. SunPayus strays back, but Alex swings in the backstab. Diffuse kit on it, have they got enough time for this? I think they just about do. Yes, they do. 16-13, Movistar Riders come back on their own map pick and win Vertigo.
And honestly, that was a tough battle. That was not easy at all when you think about the 6-1 start that there was in for Vitality. But for Movistar Riders, they worked hard, and the success, it finally came.
And that slow pace eventually paid off for them. CT side taking, Vertigo also taking with it an overpass with the Vitality pick after the break.